My name's Brian. I started noticing my hair loss around 21 years old. I hadn't noticed it myself. It was actually a coworker that had to point it out to me. Told me one day I had a bald spot on the back of my head. I didn't believe him at first, but then I did get a hold of a mirror and turned out it was true. I was really embarrassed about my hair loss. I got in the habit of always wearing hats. I was afraid of what people might think, and also being bald made me look a lot older than I was, and I really wasn't quite ready to look as old as what that made me, and the hats kind of brought the focus back to my face instead of sort of up. You also tend to grow facial hair when you lose your hair. It kind of pulls the eyes back down. I was nervous to be in photos. I was nervous to go out and do much of anything. When I'd meet new people, it was almost like I was two different people. I was the person when I wore my hat that was more confident, and then I was always worried about, if they'd still see me the same once I took my hat off. So that was a huge source of stress for me. As time progressed, I decided I wanted to do something about it. I found some hair restoration websites and studios. I talked to my sister about it. She ended up making an appointment for me on my behalf that I didn't know about, and I showed up, and I've had hair ever since, and it's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. When I got my hair done, I was a little skeptical at first. I'd been without hair for almost 10 years by the time I finally got it. And there's a saying I've heard that people tend to notice hair loss. They don't notice so much hair gain, and that actually held to be kind of true. People could say there's something different about you, but I'm not quite sure what it was. And then when I point out, well, I have hair, I'm not wearing a hat, then it was, oh my God, you do have hair and it looks wonderful. For me, because I was a little skeptical at first, it wasn't until I started getting so much positive feedback from other people that the hair restoration became a reality for me. I really needed that. When it comes to affordability, what it came down to me was I had the notion that you can't put a price on confidence, which is kind of how I approached it. It turns out that there are a lot of different cost-effective options. It wasn't nearly as expensive as I thought it would be, and it's something that you can certainly pace out as far as an investment goes, but it is an investment, and it's not just an investment in hair, it's an investment in yourself, something that'll pay out in dividends and returns if it's something you stick with, I think. So for me, once I got my hair restored, my concerns, the ones I had before, were alleviated. One of the ways I kind of look at it, if your hearing goes bad, you get a hearing aid. If your vision starts to become worse, you get contact lenses. If you lose your hair, then there's an option for you for that too.